coinmarket.com is a website where you can find today's cryptocurrency prices by market cap. Here you have a lot of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many more. There's probably like 100 or more. And I would like to show you a very short, beginner-friendly Python-based web scraping project where you can get the data into the CSV file. I'm using PyCharm as IDE, but you can use any other IDE if you like. So the project that I said is really very short, basically within 5 steps. I created the project called CoinMarketCap. Like basically it's just a file. So creating a file, you just go to new Python file and then you name it whatever you like. So first of all, you need to import such libraries as requests, BeautifulSoup, and of course pandas. First step, we need to access the web page. Accessing the web page, of course, you need to write down the URL. So, what's the name of the web page? The name of the web page is coinmarketcap.com. Make sure that you are entering HTTPS. Good. We need another variable response. Here we basically entering the website by get request. And now we need soup. So basically beautiful soup. So what is BeautifulSoup? BeautifulSoup is a Python library used for parsing HTML documents. It is particularly useful for web scraping. Next step, we need to find the table on the website. For this, we have special function called find all. And we say we want to find a table. And we put this into the variable tables. The third step, we need a for loop, but first of all, we need a variable where we will save all data. And now we need a for loop where we will iterate, we will look for the rows of the table, we will enter the table, look for the rows of the table, and we enter the columns and the values, and we will grab the values of each column. Find all, and here we need to specify that we are looking for the rows. In HTML, rows are written by TR, like table rows. And for each row, we are looking for columns. These columns, we will specify that we want to find all table data, which will stand for TD. Once we have all the data, we would like to save the data into a pandas data frame. So actually, those table rows and table data, you can see in the web browser by clicking on inspect. And let's look for table row, for example. Yeah, so here we have it. If I click on it, I have a row. Now it shows me Bitcoin. And once I click on the data, I should see the value that's inside. See that this is one, and the next one should be should be written Bitcoin. Yeah, so this is the value. This is the data that we will insert into the CSV file. Good. So the next step is to clean the data. Basically, if we will have null values, like we don't want to save null values into the CSV file. And the last step, of course, everything we have, all data that we gathered from the website, we want to save it into the CSV file. So basically df dot to CSV. Here we need to specify the name of the CSV file. Let's call it scraped data. And that's it. So let's try to scrape the data right now. I'm running, and it should work. Now we have scraped data CSV file. We open it, and we have some data. We have basically different number actually. So it's 60,000, but he is 366 and I have 449. The problem is that this website is dynamic. So the values are changing like every millisecond probably. It's not static. And this is the problem because also if you notice that we have only 10 rows, um, we don't have the whole table. The whole table is like probably 100 rows, if not more. Yeah, much more, of course. 100 is only on the first page. Um, let's try to use the same code, but for more static table. For example, um, let's see the list of countries by GDP from Wikipedia. So this is a static table. It's not changing every second or millisecond. Let's try to use the same code that we just created, but for different website. All right, execute it. We don't have any errors. That's already good. And let's open it, and we have different data inside, and we have the full table. So we added two value, and we start with world. All right, yeah, world. So let's see the website. Yeah, basically world is the name of the column. And we finish with the value that is called to, with the country that is called to value. So we have the whole table. The problem why we don't have the whole table here from when we are web scraping from the CoinMarketCap is that CoinMarketCap has JSON, and it's dynamic. It changes every millisecond. How to solve this problem? We can use Selenium, or we can use API from the website. For using API from CoinMarketCap, we will have to log in to create an account and use the official API. So let's first try to use Selenium and see if it works to get more than 10 rows. Let's create a new file. We'll call it CoinMarketCap Selenium. We will have to import the same libraries plus Selenium. We need WebDriver and service. And we also need to import time. Good. So first of all, we have to download the WebDriver. Let's go to the browser and let's type Chrome driver download. First of all, we need to know what version of Chromium we have. It's super easy by opening the Chrome browser and going to About. So as you can see, I'm using ARM64, so I'm using Mac Silicon, and my version is starting with 129. So let's check it out. Here it starts from 114, so we definitely need newer version. Let's go to this link And here you have exactly the version that we have. So that's what we need. I already installed it, so I downloaded it, but here you can decide which operating system you have. I have that one. So basically, I copied and pasted it into the web browser, and automatically you should have it in your download list. For this, you need, of course, to extract the archive. And this is my path. So basically, I copied the Chrome driver as path name. Here. And we need to save it into the variable. So I will call the variable Chrome driver path. Okay. Next, we need to create the service. So that's the error. And it should go to the next line. So good, we have the Chrome driver path, and now we need to create a service object with the correct Chrome driver path. So basically we need a variable as service Chrome driver path, and again web driver Chrome service is equals s, and this should be placed into the variable, we call it driver. So now we basically repeat the steps. We need the first step with URL. And we will use the driver get request. Now we would like to freeze the website like 5 seconds, so that we get as much data as possible. And we need the BeautifulSoup parser. All right. Instead of response, we are using driver. And here we need page source. After that, we need to close the Selenium browser. Driver quit. Now we need to repeat the step that we already did in our first script. Basically, we are looking for the tables. Let's do it just singular. Soup find table. We also need the variable data, where we will store our data. And we also need rows. Table find all rows, table row. And now we need to iterate through all columns in order to get the table data. So we basically need the for loop, which will be similar to that. And if we have columns, we want to append the data. So now we need to also clean the data, store the data into the CSV, and once it's successfully stored, we can print the message that it's successfully scraped and saved. So here we need the pandas, but if you remember, we were storing our data without the header. So basically, we don't know how the columns are called or named. I would like to store the columns and the data basically under the header so that we know exactly what's the name of that column. I prepared already the names of the columns, so I would like just to copy paste it here. Great. So now we expect to get more than 10 rows. And we don't need that. So let's try. We are still using the wrong. This is wrong. We are still using the old one. This is the wrong website. So now it should work. Yes, it works. So let's see how many rows we will get. Okay, we have the error. So past data had 11 columns. All right. Yeah, the first one was just empty column, so we should add it. Let's try again. So we will not get all rows that we see here because it's too much, but I really expect that we get more than 10 rows. Let's check it out. Nice, we have 45 rows. So the last version is to try using API. For this, we need to create an account. So let's do that first. Create an account. All right, it looks like I'm already logged in. Now that we are signed in, let's just get the API. So here we have the button API, get free API key. We just have to log in. Great. And here, if you click on regenerate key, you will basically automatically copy your API key. Just save it because we will need it in our code. And now let's create the code for web scraping using API. For this, we will have to basically, of course, create a new file. So I will call it CoinMarketCap underscore API. We will have to import requests and pandas. Now, how to find out what's the correct code for using API? Let's go back to the developer's website of CoinMarketCap, and here you have API documentation. Here you have the guide, you can read through it, but we are using Python, so we just go directly to Python code. And we need to copy this. Let's paste it here. Of course, here you should use your own API, the one that you copied from the previous page. Good. You need response variable. With the get request. And now we need to parse the response data into a pandas data frame. And of course, the data that we will scrape, we need to insert into this CSV file. I'll just copy paste it because it should be identical and together with the print statement. Good. I think once you have the correct API, you should run the code. So I run the code. It looks like we don't have any errors. And let's check the data.